Very alarming ito, no? Nakita natin na doble-doble yung proyekto ng DPWH na pinopondohan ng napakalaki. What's the point of having multiple programs with the same objectives? Para siyang pare-pareho, Madam Speaker.
Naku po, inamin na nga. Pinagmamalaking flood control projects, peke pala. Congresswoman Kimbo, kinumpirma na walang ganitong proyekto. Bilyon-bilyong pera, saan nga ba napunta? Pero bago ang lahat, maaari kayong mag-subscribe para maging updated sa mga issue at bagong mga balita. Congresswoman Arlene Brosas, napaamin si Congresswoman Stella Kimbo na wala talagang naipagawang flood control projects. Ang tanong ni Brosas, bakit kahit sa laking halaga ang inilaan para sa proyektong ito, ay patuloy pa rin ang pagbaha? At ito pa, mahigit 100 bilyong pera nga ang nakalaan kada taon para sa proyektong ito. At ang tanong ng taong bayan, nasaan na nga ba ang pera na para dito? Narito ang buong detalye.
Representative Arlene Brosas is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, my questions are for the provisions of lump sum. It is just one question, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Speaker, this is on climate change expenditure, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the Marcos Jr. administration will allocate 1.01 trillion pesos for the climate change expenditures for 2025. This is 562.29 billion increase compared to the 2024 budget for climate change expenditure. So mula po sa 457.41 billion ngayon, nag-increase 562.29 billion. So kaya 1.01 trillion. 779.38 billion of the total 1 trillion climate change expenditure will go to DPWH. Now, Madam Speaker, ano po yung explanation? Bakit lumaki ng ganito yung climate change expenditure, Madam Speaker?
Madam Speaker, Your Honor, ang pinaka-basic na paliwanag dyan ay kasama po sa tagging para sa climate change ang flood control at alam naman po natin na malaking amount ang kasama sa flood control, Madam Speaker.
So, Madam Speaker, talagang yun yung nagpataas yung flood control projects. Dalawa pala question ko, Madam Speaker. Yung around 23.65 billion of the climate expenditure is in the form of special purpose funds. Ito basically yun. Yung 23.65 billion ng climate expenditure, SPF. 5.41 billion is under ALGU, allocations to local government units. And 18.23 billion under the budgetary support to government corporations. Now, Madam Speaker, these are lump sum appropriations. Tama ba?
Tama po, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, hindi ba vulnerable ito sa misuse ng pondo at maging source ng corruption kung ganito yung lump sum siya lahat Madam Speaker? Bakit hindi na lang natin ito ilagay diretso sa mga direct climate adaptation programs, Madam Speaker?
Madam Speaker, hindi naman po dahil may guidelines naman po ang issue. Ang ini-issue ito ng DBM para sa implementation. At nakaspecify ang mga beneficiaries at meron naman pong menu ng projects.
So, Madam Speaker, itong sinasabi ninyo, yung 5.41 billion under ALGU, tama po ba ito? May specifications pa ito? Kasi yung nakalagay lang lump sum di ba?
Ay,
Five point.
Madam Speaker, sorry. It took us a while to look for itong number na nire-refer ninyo. So ito na po, 5.4 na naka-allocate para sa ALGU. Pakiulit na lang po, Madam
Yes,
Speaker, ang
oo.
question.
Actually, ang nakalagay, nung tinotal namin, 23.65 billion yung climate expenditure na sa forma ng special purpose funds. Yung binabanggit niyo po, yung isa, yung 5.41 billion, ito under ALGU. Yung 18.23 billion under budgetary support to government corporations. Ngayon, ang tanong po namin, bakit ni-lump sum ito? Kasi pwede namang diretsyo na sa mga direct climate adaptation programs. So, parang nakahiwalay pa siya ngayon dito. No? Tama po ba, Madam Speaker? So very specific, pwedeng lagyan mo na siya ng programa pero ang nangyari, inihiwalay pa.
Itong 5.418706, is that a specific number, Madam Speaker? Because if it is, ito ay nasa MMDA.
Yung 5.41,
Yes, Madam Speaker.
nasa
Tama po.
MMDA ito lahat, buo.
Yes,
nakalagay,
that is correct.
nakalagay sa allocations to local government units.
Yes, that is correct. Madam
Okay, so MMDA pala ito.
Yes, that is
Yun yung
correct.
and programs of the MMDA.
That is correct.
So, Madam Speaker, bakit siya lump sum? Sa MMDA, di ba yung mga pinoprograma nila, halimbawa, pumps para sa flood control, etc. Bakit siya nakahiwalay?
So, as we know, itong climate change expenditures ay tagged expenditures lang yan.
Tagged.
Yes.
So, what does that mean?
So,
Madam
ibig sabihin, titignan natin lahat ng line items at they make a determination kung ito ay isang climate change expenditure. And for it to be a climate change expenditure, either yan ay may typology yan eh. So, pwedeng water sufficiency, pwedeng sustainable energy, pwedeng climate smart industries, food security, knowledge and capacity development, ecosystem and environmental stability, human security, or cross-cutting. So, i-identify kung saan siya nagpa-fall under or possibly not. So, and they made a determination na for those Metro MMDA projects ay sila ay pumasok sa climate change tagging at yun ang naging suma total ng projects na yun.
Okay, thank you, Madam Speaker. So, may specification itong 5.41 or dahil
Yes, that
nakatag
is
pa lang
correct.
siya, parang
That is correct.
ito yung menu, ito yung pipiliin, parang
Yes.
ganon, Madam Speaker.
So merong specific projects under the MMDA.
What about the 18.23 billion, Madam Speaker?
Which
Kasi
is
yun
under
yung pag tinotal mo kasi
So,
yun yung 23 point,
under budgetary support to government corporations.
yes.
This would refer to expenditures of the authority of the Freeport area of Bataan, Cagayan Economic Zone Authority, Center for International Trade Expositions and Missions, CCP, Development Academy of the Philippines, National Dairy Authority, National Food Authority, National Housing Authority, National Irrigation Administration, National Power Corporation, National Tobacco Administration, Philippine Children's Medical Center, Philippine Coconut Authority, Philippine Crop Insurance Corporation, Philippine Fisheries Development Authority, Philippine Rice Research Institute, Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority, Sugar Regulatory Administration, and Tourism Promotion Board. Muli, it follows the same methodology. So, doon sa mga ahensya na yan, merong mga specific activities doon na nag-fall under the classification na climate change expenditure.
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker. So parang may menu nga sila na pipiliin. Pero Madam Speaker, yun nga ang sabi natin, parang bakit hindi na lang ilagay ng direct climate adaptation programs? For example, identified line item para hindi naman nakabulkahe siya doon sa lump sum na parang anytime, alam naman natin na yun yung pupwedeng corruption issue, no, maging source of corruption if ever. Madam Speaker. Well, bakit hindi diretso? Halimbawa, kung sa PCMC nakatag siya as climate adaptation, may programa siya na greening or tree planting or ganyan or 'di ba, Madam Speaker? Bakit hindi ganon? Bakit kailangan itong mga specific agencies na ito, Bataan, Cagayan Ecozone, PCMC, etc., naka-identify siya
So,
as gano'n?
ibig sabihin is, ang inyong mungkahi is magkaroon na lang ng parang nomenclature, parang ganon, na climate change line item, parang ganon.
Yeah. Madam Speaker,
Parang
di
ganon.
ba? At least
Para
alam mo
moving
kung saan.
forward, imbis na mahirapan ang DBM sa kahahanap taon-taon kung ito ba ay magpa-fall under climate change, etc., etc. Moving forward, kapag ang isang ahensya ay alam naman nila na ang activity na to ay
for
para
that
sa climate
purpose.
change, ay i-pre-classify na nila.
Yes,
At
Madam Speaker.
pwede ba yun? Sila pala nagtatag. Okay, pero ang gusto natin is naka-line item na siya na climate change. Para hindi siya, yun ba ang gusto natin?
Yes, Madam Speaker. Parang, to be transparent doon, hindi siya naka-lump sum. Oh. Hindi siya
Okay.
naka-lump sum
So-
kasi ang nakalagay dito, climate expenditure,
Okay.
nakatag, special purpose funds. So kung SPF yan, any yan. So po pwedeng for
Okay,
not that purpose.
Just to, para lang clear po tayo, hindi po talaga siya lump sum. Just to be clear. Dahil right now, again, just para lang, to give an example, para clear tayo. Hawak ko kasi yung ALGU, yung 5.41 kanina, yung MMDA projects. So halimbawa, MMDA, ito very specific, drainage improvement along Quirino Highway and vicinity, District 3, Caloocan City. So, this is a specific line item. So, specific po siya. So, ayan po, meron po siyang isang buong listahan na ang suma total niyan is 5.418. So, yun po.
What about the 18.20?
So, ganun din po.
So, Madam Speaker, may we have a copy of those na binabanggit ninyo?
Yes po. We will provide a copy. We will give you a copy of ito pong 1.019 trillion total.
Okay.
So, just to be clear po, itong climate change expenditure tagging is a tool that allows the government to track and monitor climate-related expenses. So, ganun lang po. Pre-identified siya ng ahensya.
Yes, okay.
So, pag nagsasubmit po sila sa DBM ng kanilang proposed budget, nakatag na ng ahensya na itong particular line item na to ay pasok dito sa climate change expenditure.
Okay, so hindi po siya lump sums. Siya
Definitely
ay,
not.
Pero special purpose funds siya. So,
Hindi po.
Hindi SPF
Hindi
ang
talaga.
kanyang category.
Hindi
Okay.
talaga.
Oo. Sige. Madam Speaker.
Siguro may problema sa pag-present dito. I agree with you, nakakalito.
Oo, Madam
Aayusin na lang po dapat beginning next year
Oo.
para walang kalituhan.
Yes, and can we have a copy of those line items?
Yes, but ako na po ang mag-a-assure sa inyo bilang budget sponsor na hindi talaga siya lump sum because naka-detail po siya isa-isa.
Speaker, It is notable since the President, no, Marcos Jr., assumed position as President of the Philippines in 2022, the budget allocation under the unprogrammed appropriations increased. Tama po ba?
Madam Speaker, tumaas po siya, Madam Speaker, in beginning 2021. Tumaas po siya during President Duterte, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, 2022, 2023, and 2024, tumaas po ba ang unprogrammed appropriations?
I only have 3.
Madam Speaker, my time is counting.
Madam Speaker, I'm ready to answer. To be accurate, in 2020, in 2018, it was 75.34 billion. In 2019, it increased considerably to 197.135. And then in 2020, 216.303. In 2021, 176.315. 2022, 251.63. 2023, 807.162. 2024, 731.4.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So, which means, Madam Speaker, from 251 noong 2022, it became 807. Unprecedented po yun. And 731 for 2024. So malaki po, Madam Speaker. But Madam Speaker, gusto kong magtanong, kaugnay din sa PhilHealth, Madam Speaker, ano-anong GOCCs pa ang may excess funds? Can you give us the breakdown at ano-anong GOCCs din ang nagbabalik sa National Treasury?
Madam Speaker, Your Honor, as of August, it is just PDIC as well as PhilHealth, Madam Speaker.
May breakdown kayo, Madam Speaker.
Yes, Madam Speaker. For first tranche of PhilHealth amounting to 20B, dated May 13. First tranche of PDIC amounting to 30B, dated June 5. Second tranche of PDIC dated July 1, amounting to 30B. Third tranche of PDIC amounting to 20B, dated August 14. And second tranche of PhilHealth amounting to 10B, dated August 22, for a total of 110.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. 110B. So, Madam Speaker, sa 2024 GAA Unprogrammed Appropriations Special Provision Number 1, dinagdag ang GOCC excess funds noong Bicameral Conference Committee bilang isa sa mga magpupuno ng unprogrammed appropriations. And-expand, therefore, ang mode ng UA. Hindi ba parang Maharlika Investment Fund ito? Unang beses itong ginawa, isa sa mga naging issue dahil dito ay ang pagbabalik ng PhilHealth sa National Treasury ng excess funds. Kaya po yung kaninang sinabi ninyo. At paglalagay nito sa UA or Unprogrammed Appropriations. Madam Speaker, magkano ang kabuang halaga na nakolekta mula sa GOCCs para pondohan ang Unprogrammed Appropriations sa 2024?
So para sa buong taon, ang nakaprograma po ay 194.78.
194.7.
Pero yung nabanggit ko po sa inyo kanina, yun na po yung na-release.
Yung 110B,
Yes.
ay yun ang na-release.
Yes po.
Madam Speaker, sa 194.78 billion na nakolekta na pinondohan ng UA, tama bang sabihin, from January 1 to July 31, 2024?
No, I gave you the dates. So, nung release, so nag-umpisa lang siya after those releases. The first release, I believe, was May. So, Madam Speaker, if I may, ang UA ay natitrigger lang po siya ng excess revenues,
Okay.
among
Mad-
others.
Yes. Madam Speaker, so yung 194.78 ay hindi pa released all, ganon?
Hindi pa po. Naka-program pa siya.
Program-
Yes, kulang pa
Yes.
po.
Program to be released, Madam Speaker. At saan i-release, Madam Speaker? May listahan ba kayo?
Is it different from the one here? Yes. Madam Speaker, meron tayong listahan ng for charging to UA. So, ano po ang what is the pleasure of Your
Yes,
Honor?
may I have a copy, Madam Speaker? Yung,
Yes.
mahaba ba, Madam Speaker?
Mahaba-haba po. But what is notable is that nung na-release po ang PhilHealth, ay agad-agad pong nabayaran ang ating utang sa ating healthcare workers. Kung naalala po ninyo, ang utang natin sa kanila noong pandemya, yung Public Health Emergency Benefits and Allowance